Hi there, it's Tonia Reeves, Australia's psychic cowgirl, coming to you from Australia. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon for those in Australia. Lovely to connect. This week I'm back home rather than being on the road, so I'm a little bit clearer. We had a bit of fun and games when we were in amongst the trees, and yeah, even though the reception bars seemed okay, it was a little bit iffy. So I do apologise. I did have a couple of great connections with the ladies that rang in, but sometimes it's just how it rolls when you're in the country. So, yeah, you kind of get that when you live out, away from the mainstream areas. So sometimes it can be a little bit hit and miss. So, which a lot of you from country areas would well understand. So, yeah, so I hope you've had a great week. We've had a fabulous week away and been just travelling around, visiting different places, and quite often we just head off with no set agenda or place that we're going to be within the time frame, and we just enjoy sort of cruising around. So we have a lot of fun, and we feel really blessed to be able to do that. And I always encourage people to, if travelling something that is high on your list, to really make time for it, even if it's a weekend away, or go somewhere different and explore and spend some time in nature, and sometimes doing things that you otherwise don't get time to do. And we do get very busy and caught up in our day-to-day lives. So, it's time. I feel now the pace of this year has been really hectic for most people. And it's kind of like that's our reminder to say, take some time out, chill out, get outside. Here in Australia, we're going into winter, although the weather's been really mild and we haven't really had any rain yet. So it's a little bit different to other parts of the world. But even in wintertime, I love getting out, just put a jacket on and get out in nature and get out in the rain, things like that maybe you haven't done or you've dismissed as being not fun can actually help change up our mindset, change up our views on things. We tend to, I find, in this human form, we tend to get really set in our ways. So I try and encourage everyone to do different things and embrace different things. And, by changing things up, you attract more into your life, and you also become prepared then for when changes do happen and you have to be put out of your comfort zone. So comfort zones are great, but it's not where the growth is from. And you often hear that said by many people that, stepping outside of your comfort zone is where the gold is. And I, for one, am a firm believer in that. So take time to step outside your boundaries and do things that are different, and you will be amazed at the changes that will bring about, within your day-to-day life. And it will also show you how to embrace change, because it is one of the constants in life. Change, we all go through it at one point or another, and there's no other guarantee in life but to embrace it. And change is a big one for that. So I'm really a big believer in that. And I say, mix things up. That can mean walking a different way to work, or taking your lunch at a different cafe, or meeting friends in a different area, one that you might not have been to before. So all of these things are just ways of changing our mindset and rewiring our brain a bit to enable us to be open to new things. We can't bring in new relationships or new areas to live or new places to travel without changing things up. So if you're stuck or you're feeling a little bit like you're doing the same old thing each day and it's time to move that up a bit, then this message is for you to say, try something different. If you've never camped before, go camping. If you, drive the same way to work, go a different way. Go somewhere or do something different. Even if you challenge yourself to once a month to do something totally different that you've never done before, you will, be amazed at what that brings in for you. So that's my number one message this week, is to embrace change and get out and do different things and have fun with it, because you can be amazed at the fun that you have. I love to get on the get on the playground and go for a swing on a child's swing. I think I love going on swings. It's so much fun, and it brings back that inner child. And it's little things like that. You might be all about the slide or something else, but whatever it is that appeals to you, just jump on that and give it a go. And it brings out that sense of fun and that enjoyment, because sometimes we get caught up in being serious as well. So that's another one is kids are a great reminder. And if you've got young kids, then quite often, you get that constant reminder at how they find the small things amusing and how they enjoy the fun things that are quite often just very simple and very basic, but they get a lot of joy from. And as we get older, we tend to lose that. So it's good to just have that reminder to go, let's embrace it a little bit and bring out that inner child, because we all have that child within us. And the more we connect with that inner child, and for anyone that's done inner child work or read about it, Louise Hay goes into it a lot in her books, and how important it is for us to keep the connection with our inner child. And that is our essence of fun. And we all want to be around someone who's fun, who's lighthearted. You look at how often you watch a child and you see their smile, and you really capture the moment with them, and you do get caught up in that sense of fun. So, that's our reminder. So it might not be your child, it might be your grandchild, or it might be somebody else's child. But next time you get a chance, just watch the child and how they are with their environment and just their mannerisms. There's so much fun. So I always say children are a great reminder, and even animals are a great reminder. I mean, look at your dog. You can tell your dog off and it'll still greet you the same, or you can be in a very ordinary mood and they come up and lick you and jump all over you, and they're not worried about how you feel. They're just there to give us unconditional love. So they're also another great reminder, and that's why I love the beauty of animals. And if you're ever in a bad mood or not feeling 100%, get outside with the animals and connect with them, and they will show you how to reconnect with the moment and bring out that happiness. So animals are all about happiness. Like most, even animals that haven't been treated really well, that might be a little bit hesitant, they still have that essence of happiness that you will see when they know that you want to connect with them. So I'm a big animal lover, and always surround myself with animals. And everywhere I go, visiting, the animals are like running to me, because it's like, I just relate to them so well. So I encourage you all to do that too. So, if you're feeling a bit down, hang with your animal for a little while. They soon bring back that essence of a bit of fun and enjoyment. So there's another reminder. Doing lots of reminders this week, but it's that's where spirit takes me. So prior to coming on the radio, I get a bit of an outline of what I'm going to be covering. And, of course, I sort of go through that. But spirit is the one that always orchestrates the message it's needed. So I trust that this message will resonate with a lot of you listeners tonight, or whatever time of the day it is, to be able to take something away from that and, get value out of it. So we often need little reminders, and I know that myself. I often need that reminder of, just taking a step back. It might be taking a deep breath, or maybe, just sitting in quiet, because we do tend to be very caught up in our busy lives whereby we're, constantly listening to music or radio or TV, or, it can be anything like that, where we're not having the opportunity to be in the moment. So again, that's another thing that is important, is to spend some time in the moment and tune in for you, because again, it's like we often get, with our readings, we will pick up information, and often say to people, you will be getting the signs. So please trust that your intuition or your gut feeling is always on par, and it's just about you taking the time and being quiet enough to listen. So as a reader, and you'll hear that from a lot of, psychics and mediums and that around the country, to say that, we're not really giving you more than what you innately know. So when you tune into that, you then makes life flow. So that's another reminder. And I think I remind everyone every week about that one. So, when you're commenting on, I'm not sure where things are going. How's my love life? How's my career? We all have these questions, but don't forget that deep down you know the answers. And if you're not able to contact or get onto a psychic or get on the radio at that perfect time, just take a moment to tune in yourself as well. Because as we get confident with doing that, then we're able to utilise our own inner guide, which is our sixth sense, and we all have it. It's not something that's just privy to us that are here giving you guidance. It is available for everybody. So I just want you to remember that. And the more you learn to tune into that, the more that you will then be able to have the power to make the right choices. And we all tend to get into our head about things, but if we just take time out whereby we're chilling out and we're not overthinking and we're spending some time honouring that gut feeling, because we don't have it for no reason. So that's what I say. It's like it's there for a reason. Use it. Tune into what is a yes for you or what is a no for you. And often that is an obvious sign. It can just be something that comes up. Or if you're unsure about a decision, put it out there. Ask your friends and family in spirit for guidance. They're all there to help you, and they want to step in, but it tends to be a case of you asking them. So don't be afraid to ask and say, I need help with, give me the signs. But then be prepared to take the time to listen and, just become aware of those signs. So it might be in the way of numbers, songs, repetitive messages from different people. Quite often there'll be a messenger in somebody that you meet on a daily basis that might just say something that you just suddenly you listen to and go, oh, that's really interesting how you were drawn to listen to that certain conversation at that time. So that's really cool. And it's something that we can all do. So I just like to remind everyone about that as well. Another thing is resonating with our soul purpose. So that's something where sitting down, listening to your heart, and where you're drawn to is massive around that. So, please, when you're feeling stuck, just go back to your heart space and say, what is it that makes me really, really happy, and what do I need to do to fulfill that? And if it means that it might be a slightly different direction to the one you're going in now, then just put it out there and say, okay, how can I manage this? It doesn't mean people think it's about having to give up their main, drop everything and just jump on and put pressure on yourself to follow your soul purpose 100% straight away. But that's not for everybody. And I always say, don't put pressure on yourself to do what you love. Just enjoy doing what you love first, and then you will, you will then tend to be able to tune in for that and to build on it. So it might be that you need to do a course. It might just be that you need to, just go and do a little bit more training, or you might need to work alongside somebody who's an expert in their field. So all of those things tend to help. For those that are starting out in business, business is something that I'm really passionate about, having been in business for myself for pretty much most of my life since I was 21. That was many years ago. Is standing out from the crowd, and that's something that I've always been really passionate about, and I like to honour and, be different, dare to be different, dare to stand out, because we're not all square pegs that are meant to fit in round holes. And in a lot of cases, the difference between you doing what you love and getting that message out there is to be different. And, the difference is what makes you unique. And what enables you to be who you are and bring to the table what you need to do. So that's really massive. And it's something that I encourage, and with a lot of the cases when I'm doing readings is we will get somebody that will, have that soul purpose in mind, but just a little bit hesitant to step into it. And I've had a lot of readings this week in regards to this, and it has been all about being able to, find out what it is you love, what connects to your heart, and what it is that makes, you want to get up, jump up out of bed in the morning and really be passionate about. So find what that is. And for all of us, it's uniquely different. And don't be afraid to, bring something different to the party around that. So, that's just a message there again, that just something about being unique, standing in your power and honouring yourself. So very important. And don't be scared. We all start off a bit scared to step into our power, but again, the other side of fear is where the gold is. So push yourself and, really, really get to the point where you can feel the fear, because believe you me, you will feel the fear, especially when you're stepping into something that you're very passionate about. It's just how it rolls. And, don't be afraid of that, and don't be put off, because we all make excuses when we're about to step into something big or something that we innately know is our sole purpose. We'll make the best excuses. As humans, we do it really, really well. So I don't know what that is, but we all tend to be the same. It's like, it's not the right time, things aren't quite in alignment, or, I can't afford it, or I won't be any good at it. We kind of make all these excuses and, timelines. I've got to wait until, or I need this to happen first. That's a really common one. And, it's like, don't do that to yourself. Don't put yourself on hold just as an excuse not to step into your power. So that's a really big one. And get the right advice, get somebody to help you. I do a lot of coaching or mentoring, whereby I'm encouraging those that are ready to step into their power but just might be a little bit hesitant to make that move. So we just identify those limiting beliefs, and believe you me, we all have them. So it's not just unique to yourself. We all have, a belief system that isn't in alignment necessarily. All right, I have got Audrey from Geraldton. How are you, Audrey?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
That's great. So you're from America, is that right? Or Canada? Canada, wow. Awesome.
Yeah.
How are you today?
Pardon me?
How are you going today? Good?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine, thank you.
Beautiful. So you've had a few things going on around you at the moment?
It's kind of smoothing out right now. I had a few things I stumbled across. So yeah, I'm just kind of wondering about a partner. Am I going to be having somebody in my life pretty soon? Like I think I'm all healed from my ex.
Yes. Yep. And it's been a little while since your ex. Can I ask, is your mum in spirit?
Pardon?
Audrey? Is your mother in spirit?
No, she's here. She's in long-term care.
Sorry?
She's in long-term care.
Okay, all right. So I've just got a lady stepping in for you. That's all. That feels very motherly, but I feel like on your mother's side. So we might be talking grandmother.
Okay.
It is about, for you, you've learned the lessons in the past. That seems to be a pattern about the relationships you've been in. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like for this last one, you've actually learnt that lesson now. So it's time now. You've understood the meaning behind it, and you've let that go. So now you're opening up to somebody new stepping in. I feel like you're really ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, can I say there's something about you need to look somewhere different. So I don't know where you're looking at the moment, or there needs to be a shift in the energy of where you're able to make contact with new potential partners.
Okay.
Okay, because it's like where you're looking, I don't see somebody stepping in. It's like you need to be like go somewhere different that you haven't been before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I want to also say different area because it's like she's showing me like it might be just outside of where you're living now or like a little bit further afield. Do you go out a bit around where you are now?
Yeah, I travel about.
Yeah. So it's like I'm showing you need to travel a little bit further afield because he is there. But I feel like, because I get this feeling which I resonate with, it's like he's from the country or he's from out, he's a little bit more remote than what you are.
Okay, yeah.
So this is the partner that's going to come in. So it's like I need you to go a little bit further afield to meet him. But he's quite solid and honest, and I want to say he's different to what you've had before. So it's like you're going to be a little bit like, oh, there's he's not what I would say would be your standard partner or somebody that you would look at and go, he would fit 100%. So I just want to tell you that, to be open to, sometimes our ideal partner presents in a different way, and I want to say he's a little bit different, but not in a bad way, but just different to what you would normally go for.
Okay.
Okay, sometimes we go, I wouldn't go for somebody with a beard, or I wouldn't go for somebody that is a certain way. It's like we just need to change that up a little bit for you, because he's around, he's there, and he's quite independent and not. He will suit you, so it's like he'll step in, but you two will still be independent, but have a great connection together, and it's like. That's what needs to happen for you to start with it, I want to say, and then ease into something because of what you've been through. You don't want to jump in and you don't want to be connected too quickly without you having time to, get the feel for things and making sure it's all right.
Okay. So is it going to be soon, or maybe you can't tell the time frame, like?
Look, I don't, as far as time frames goes, I'm one to sort of say we need to be open to that. And partly for you, it's because you need to step further afield. So if you start looking in new areas, then that will bring him quicker. But I certainly feel over the next few, 2 to 3 months that he will step in. But there's still others you're going to be meeting in that time. So because I feel like there are men around you, or you do tend to meet a few, but they're just not quite, that you don't get that feeling of them being right.
Okay.
Yeah. So I also want to say to you, honour your feelings, because you're very intuitive in what feels right for you. So keep that going. It's like you've learnt that along the way, but trust your gut instinct.
Okay.
Because you're good with that. You're actually quite psychic, but I don't think you've really quite I don't think you fully embrace that side.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so, now I have a job, and I'm only on temporary. Is that going to be full time? I'm a teacher.
Okay. Let me see. So you're a teacher, and have you just where does the contract fit in? Have you just signed a contract with doing that part time?
Yeah, I just did like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
But I'm only a fill-in for someone, but that person left, and I don't know if he's coming back, or I'd like to know.
Okay, because they're just showing me the contract, and it's like, well, I was actually going to say, if you haven't just signed it, you'll be signing the contract, but that will then expand to be more days. So you'll actually, start off, but it's almost like I feel like they've put you there to see how you fit, and then as they realise you fit well, you will be offered more. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I feel like it's
Like
good
on
where you are.
like on every other job, but you see me working there though for a little while.
Yeah.
I don't want to be jobless.
Yeah, I feel like you fit in really well there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I do. And I feel like they acknowledge that. So I feel like there is the trick, like that's the one for you, but it will be, you'll be part-time for a bit, but it will lead to full-time. So you will be there more days than what you're doing now.
Okay. All right.
Okay? So,
Okay.
and keep up the good work, because it's like they're showing me what you bring to the table as a teacher, and that sense of fun, and let your light shine, because you have a lot to offer. And don't dull your light.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
They will value that. They will really value who you are, because you're very unique.
And I have 2 children, and they're going to be okay. They're on their own now.
I don't see any issues with children. One's a little bit disconnected at the moment, but it's almost like they have to go through that.
Okay.
All right. So I have to wrap up, Audrey, because I've ran out of time. But
okay, thank you.
So keep the faith.
Okay. All right. Thank you again.
My pleasure. Thank you so much. Once again, running out of a bit of time, but thank you for calling in, and please stay tuned, because we've got quite a few hours with some amazingly gifted psychics coming up, and I will be signing off soon from here in Australia, and looking forward to seeing you all next week. Another exciting show, and getting through some more readings. So please don't forget to share our live feed so that we can reach as many people as possible. We do try and connect with everyone and share as much of our readings with everybody throughout the world. It's really important to us, and we love the feedback.